chosen by you all, so that's why we're here tonight, diving into it. So just a couple rules of the road of how it's going to work. So we recruited 2 teams who are extremely passionate about either side of the issue. We have the in-house side over here, and and then we have the agency side over here. Woo! Now what we're going to do is each team got together about half an hour ago, came up with a point of view and why they're right. So what we're going to do is we're going to let one spokesperson from each team tell their point of view, and then what we're going to do is Sarah and I are going to jump in and lob in some questions, and then we'll be happy to take any questions from anyone, our members tonight who'd like to come up and ask a question as well. So with that, we're finally just want to keep everything clean, and this is about just diving down into the issues, but positive and productive and no blood. So
I'm going to make a recommendation. If you want to ask a question, please come to the front. If you want to be involved in the debate, and I will also encourage applause.
I just picked tails.
All right, we're the in-house team, and we think that basically we want an SEO firm to solve a certain problem or use a consultant to give you information about a technical issue. It's never a substitute for developing in-house expertise. And the main reason why that's true is because no one is in a better position to implement than you are in-house. First of all, you have better knowledge of your own business and your own site and your own people. Secondly, you're more invested in your own success than any agency can be. You also have awareness throughout your organization, which allows you to evangelize, proselytize. It gives you the chance to see unexpected things that may impact SEO that would never be brought up to an agency. It gives you better access to your back-end systems and the opportunity to potentially integrate those with your search efforts. Even you could take the advantage.
While we encourage our in-house teams to be fully knowledgeable, there is no way that you're going to have the expertise and the depth of experience that you get with an agency. On average, the SEMPO survey that just came out, on average, an in-house team has 2 full-time dedicated people to search. You get a team with an agency of upwards of 10 people who are working on your business, who know in depth what it takes to make paid search work, what it makes to work organic search work, what it makes to work social media work for you as a marketing tool. You don't get that kind of depth from an in-house team. You do with an agency team. You get that depth. You also get that experience across channels. You're not blindsided because you're stuck in a vertical. You have an agency that's done work in B2B, B2C, in nonprofits. They have that knowledge that they can bring to your table.
Because you often see the superstars from in-house SEO teams and SEM teams leave to start their own agencies.
We have a PowerPoint.
And you see the people leaving agencies to go in-house where it's a lot more interesting.
I have a follow-up question. Which one is better paid?
I actually believe that agencies get better paid because CMOs and CEOs will actually listen to someone that they're paying a lot of money to as opposed to an employee in-house. If they're laying out the money to an agency, they're going to listen a lot more seriously and a lot more across the board than they will with an in-house person. Because the CMO and the CEO, if you're really good in-house, feel threatened by the people that are in-house. I just left an in-house situation where the CMO was pretty much saying, you can't have my job. And that's what happens. So the in-house people, you do get that good, and then ultimately you do go out more so than the agency people that jump into private enterprise.
I think you're right. We brought this down to is it better to rent or is it better to buy question, with the agency being the rental model. And yes, if you want to have that latest, greatest, penthouse up in the sky, the tallest building in Malaysia, you should rent because you'll never be able to buy that. But if you want to buy and advertise in the long term, building in-house maybe.
On the paid or the natural search side, literally into the very business systems that run order taking, technical support, you can do things such as take your technical support cases, mark them up to protect anonymity by blacking areas out, and turn them around as publicly readable cases of successfully resolved customer support issues. And you can do that as a 1 or 2 day project as an in-house person. Once you've cranked out 2 or 3 projects like this, it becomes second nature. And to have that kind of ability in your own company, you can run circles around an agency.
And once you get all that done, you can also build your own pay-per-click campaign management solution to build into that business intelligence. You can also build from scratch.
So about half of the systems you mentioned I actually have built, from accounting to customer relationship management, and the other half I integrated with the APIs of the best-of-breed products. More than once.
But it isn't just about technology. I mean, it's about relationships, and it's about the knowledge that you get. I mean, if you're an in-house firm, you may not have the size of an account that Google's going to assign you a representative to help you beta test a new program, so you're going to be behind the curve on advances that they're putting forth.
I had sort of like a slightly different point, but back to the question about the access to data and whatnot. Like, because if you look at sort of search data as a whole or whatever, like 80% of the data you get about, like, you know, the keyword search volume and stuff like that is publicly available, and any in-house can get it relatively inexpensively. But the data about what works for my company and the data I'm getting is, you know, pretty much wholly available only to me. So if the question is to have like an extra 20% of data from working with a bunch of companies, or to have 100% of the data about what actually works for my company, then I think I'm better off with 100% of the data about what works for my company.
Okay, one last comment and then we're going to move on to our next question.
You may think what works for your company might be a download of a white paper, but from our experience working with a number of other companies, we will tell you that that as a conversion point is not going to pull you leads. That's from our experience, and you're not going to have that knowledge.
The thing about an agency is they come with the mistakes already made. So, as an in-house person, you are going to spend a lot of time making mistakes. I mean, everyone does, but you're going to make more of them more specific to yourself and cost you time and money that you could better invest if you use an agency.
Very good point. You know what? I think we're going to go to the next question. So,
well, I just got out of the thing. I didn't try to film the whole thing, but I'm just looking at this beautiful sunlight here, and it's kind of nice. And thinking about the session, it was okay today. Didn't really feel that I was really into having much in the way of conversation with anybody, but it was nice to see good support. They talked about having a cruise. Again, I didn't really try to film the whole thing because honestly someone else was doing it, and I'm really more just about getting the flavor of the thing. But I thought it was interesting. I weigh in with the in-house side, but it seems to me like depending on where a company's at, they probably want to do either or, in some cases both. And that's it from the SEMPO Meetup tonight. And maybe next month there'll be a cruise with some barbecue. Bye.